News 12 Long Island, 24 hours every day. From Montauk in the east to Great Neck in the west, news about Long Island for the people of Long Island, 24 hours every day. This is News 12 Long Island. And now, the night edition.
Good evening, I'm Joe Moskowitz.
And I'm Judy Martin. Father's Day, a day for dads to get together with their families.
But some Long Island fathers say because of divorce in courts, they almost never get to see their kids, and now they're demanding equal custody rights. It may look like a fun picnic in the park, but many of these people are anything but happy. Some of them are bitter at the way courts generally grant custody to mothers.
So if you have any semblance of a family and you go into family court to solve any of your problems, in other words, if you're not really going towards a divorce, then it's going to be worse for you because they're going to destroy your family.
Until the courts understand that fathers are parents, the family tradition will be lost.
These men say the chances of a father getting custody is about like finding a needle in a haystack.
I believe the percentage is somewhere between 2 and 3% of us actually do get custody. And my son was placed in foster care, taken from his mother. I fought for years to get custody, and I went through 4 lawyers. You know, I can't tell you exactly what it cost me because I lost count a long time ago.
This event was arranged by a group calling itself the National Organization for Men. NOM would like to see men and women in what some would call more traditional roles, but affirmative action may have gone too far. That's a position which may not attract too many members in this day and age, but the fathers, the kids, as well as mothers who may have been thrown into poverty because of divorce and having to support children on their own, may all agree that the current custody system doesn't always work. The organization says fathers who don't get custody see their kids on average about 6 hours a week. Judy.
A tragic story in this Father's Day. A 59-year-old Smithtown man who received a gift of life from his daughter died last night. Arthur Kunz received a new kidney transplanted from his daughter last May. He died last night from complications of a kidney disease. Kunz's father and grandfather also died as a result of kidney disorders.
But in Florida, a story of hope for a little girl with leukemia. Little Ashley Daniel will likely not forget this Father's Day. Her dad, Herbie, is donating his bone marrow to try and save her life. He's 1 in a million. Those are the odds of his bone marrow matching hers. Ashley suffers from an extremely rare form of leukemia. Doctors give her a 50-50 chance of surviving the operation.
It's inevitable. The older we get, the greater the risk of getting ill. Some seniors feel like they're waiting in the wings of President Clinton's health care reform package. Carol Silva takes a closer look at the future of the older generation in Part 4 of our Focus 12 series, Prescription for Change.
Oh, God, I've got everything. Well, actually, I've got the osteoporosis besides rheumatoid arthritis. I don't know if they call it scoliosis or something of the back. Well, my spine is not too great. My doctor said, well, I'm not in very good condition, we'll put it that way.
But perhaps more painful than her crippling rheumatoid arthritis is the pain of separation between 66-year-old Evelyn Handelman and her 80-year-old husband, Sidney. He remains tied to an oxygen tank, banished to the first floor of their Cape Cod home in Patchogue, battling chronic emphysema and the remnants of throat cancer, while Evelyn is currently hospitalized with her latest health complications. Because they're too ill to care for each other anymore when they're both home, Evelyn's 37-year-old daughter has had to remain in New York as their caretaker almost 5 years after temporarily leaving her California home and job.
You deal with it. You learn to deal with it. If you love your parents, and which I do desperately, then that's what you do. It's in your heart, and you just feel that you have to take care of them. They took care of me all my life, so it's my turn now to take care of them.
The Handelmans are bitter the Medicare system they help fund through their Social Security payments fails to provide them with home aids for their medical and daily living needs. Medicare provides very little at-home nursing, and while Medicaid does, you have to be nearly broke to be eligible for the coverage. So when Sidney was disabled in 1987, he put all his assets into Evelyn's name. Now that Evelyn may need Medicaid coverage too, she'd have to transfer her assets to a third party so they both appear indigent. Now the law will let them do that, but could also impose a waiting period that could keep Evelyn from her benefits for up to 2.5 years. Evelyn wonders what she's supposed to do in the meantime. Days obsessing over how long their money will last are not the golden years the Handelmans had dreamed of.
Well, we both love to dance, and he's a good dancer, and I'm a very good dancer. We had won trophies dancing.
Seniors could comprise more than 15% of those living on Long Island by the year 2000. That's 417,000 people whose lives will be forever affected by President Clinton's health care reform. Although he initially promised to leave Medicare alone, Hillary Clinton now says the elderly could be gradually phased in. Among the suggested Medicare-Medicaid reforms, new long-term care benefits to keep the elderly at home or in their communities, relaxing federal rules that require people to spend themselves into poverty before Medicaid picks up nursing home bills, and paying for more of the elderly's prescription drugs. Plus, the elderly would probably be able to keep their old doctors. Well, it's federal help the state says has been a long time in coming.
I mean, there certainly was enough money around to bail out the S&Ls. So I always wonder how we decide our priorities for utilizing federal dollars. I think that the arguments that there's not enough money may be phony arguments.
Home is where the heart is for so many of us, and that's especially the case for Sydney and Evelyn Handelman. In fact, home is exactly where they want to be until the end of their lives. And the thought of having to go into a nursing home is just devastating.
My children tell me this, what are you going to do? There's no alternative but to go into a nursing home. And I don't know the answer. I get very upset when they talk to me about that because I don't know what I would do. And I'm sure there's a lot of people in this predicament who also don't want to go into a nursing home. And I feel long-term health care would be a blessing to me.
And what do you think would happen to you if you went into a nursing home?
I couldn't take it. I can't even take the hospitals anymore. I'd rather be out. If I'm going to die, I'll die.
Carol Silva, News 12, Long Island.
And on Monday, in Part 5 of Prescription for Change, we'll take a look at how area businesses may be affected by health care reform.
We have more news ahead, including an argument that turned deadly in central Islip. And it's 8 after the hour. Do you know where your front lawn is? Stay tuned.
This is barbecuing. This isn't. This is fun. This isn't. They bought their grill assembled and delivered from Jetmore. They should have. For over 20 years, Jetmore has been Long Island's most complete source for gas grills and accessories. The Jetmore staff will completely assemble and deliver your gas grill in, well, no time at all. And when it comes to service, no one has been keeping more Long Island grills grilling than Jetmore. So come in today and see why you get more at Jetmore.
They created a personal computer, and the world has been moving at a different speed ever since. They put them in classrooms and created the first generation of computer literate children. Then they took their computer out of the office, and soon Apple will be putting their technology in your pocket. Where do you find companies that refuse to stop at success? Actually, there's a list of them printed every day. NASDAQ, the stock market for the next 100 years.
If you're hounded by a disobedient dog, now you can control your pet with Pet Trainer, the electronic pet training tool that works like magic. Just give the desired command and press the button. Pet Trainer emits an ultrasonic sound that you can't hear, but that commands your dog's attention. Harmless but effective, your dog will snap to attention and listen to your command the very first time you use it. Pet Trainer works great for cats, too. Don't let a nightmare like this happen. Pet Trainer trains pets for their own safety. And use Pet Trainer for your own safety as well.
The use of ultrasonic sound is humane and extremely effective.
Imagine a playful pet you can be proud of. Order Pet Trainer, the safe, effective way to train your pet. Only $29.95.
Sorry, no CODs. Credit card users call toll-free 1-800-962-8383 or send just $29.95 plus $4.50 shipping and handling to Pet Trainer Box 4400D, Verona, New Jersey 07044 or call 1-800-962-8383.
A Uniondale home had its lawn ripped right out from under it. Nassau County Police say neighbors reported hearing noises outside this house, which is under renovation. By the time police were able to respond, thieves had already taken off with several strips of newly laid sod.
They set up a stakeout. One of the officers hid in the driveway, and the other two officers stayed neighborly, and they found the person coming back up the street with a shopping cart. At that time, the cart was empty. However, the person was covered in dirt.
A Queens landscaper has been arrested in connection with that theft. Police are still looking for a second suspect. Joe?
In Central Islip, an argument turns violent when one man is killed and another injured. 22-year-old Steven Zambrano and 21-year-old Jawanza Jackson were driving along Carlton Avenue Saturday evening when they got into a heated argument with several other people. Zambrano and Jackson were both stabbed in the abdomen. Jackson died shortly after the scuffle. Zambrano was still listed in critical but stable condition at Southside Hospital. Police say so far no arrests have been made.
Meantime, in Florida, a family canoe trip turned deadly. According to police, a 300-pound alligator savagely attacked a 10-year-old boy. Friends and family were able to get the boy by beating the gator with paddles, but tragically, it was too late. The youngster suffered several puncture wounds to the head. Officials say the alligator was later captured and killed.
A busy weekend for the Ku Klux Klan as it tried to spread its doctrine of hate in 2 states. A day after clashing with Black Panthers in Texas, about 15 KKK members showed up for a gay rights rally in Tampa, Florida. Words were exchanged by the two groups and many people had to be restrained, but no serious fighting broke out.
Washington lawmakers and the Senate Finance Committee come to some compromises regarding the Clinton economic plan. Senate Minority Leader Bob Dole has problems with that plan. He says it lacks sufficient spending cuts. He made those comments today on CBS's Face the Nation. Meanwhile, Senate Finance Committee Chair Daniel Patrick Moynihan defended the plan, saying it's a good start.
It is the most progressive change in the tax code we've seen since World War II in terms of who pays what. The New York Times, reporting the outcome, said 2/3 of the new taxes will be paid by persons with incomes of $200,000 and more.
The problem is it's tax heavy. It's about 3/4 taxes and very little spending cuts, and I think that's not going to be good for the economy. And a lot of these people are so-called rich people are going to be taxed, or what we call small businessmen.
There is no word yet on how the full Senate will vote on those new proposals. Now, Americans question the leadership of President Clinton in a new poll, although all the blame is not directly directed at the president. A U.S. News and World Report poll says 68% rank Clinton's leadership capabilities fair or poor. Only 31% say Clinton is doing a good or excellent job. Congress got the blame for gridlock in Washington from 31% of those polled. At least 20% say special interest groups are to blame.
When the news continues, what's the weather going to be like for the morning commute? Meteorologist Norm DeVoskin, he's going to tell us. And have you run out of gift ideas for good old Dad? We'll give you one idea that'll have him flying high.
Hello?
Hi, honey. I just checked in.
How was the flight?
Bad food, good movie.
I miss you.
I miss you, too.
I feel so alone when you're not here.
Did you lock all the doors and turn on the ADT system?
Yep.
The last thing a burglar wants to see. ADT helps protect your home and family 24 hours a day, every day of the year by linking your home to an ADT customer service center. Call 1-800-ADT-INFO. For a small monthly fee and one-time installation charge, our SafeWatch system can help protect your home against break-ins, fire, and medical emergencies. Help protect your home. Help protect your peace of mind. Call 1-800-ADT-INFO.
I'll see you at home tomorrow night, then. I love you both.
We love you, too. We'll be here.
ADT, we're home even when you're not.
ADT SafeWatch for as little as $21.95 per month. And for a limited time, only $195 for installation.
If you've always wanted to learn scuba diving, then you should know about Diver's Way. We've been teaching Long Islanders to dive for 25 years. Our trained instructors will teach you in our own heated divers pool. 1- or 5-week courses available days, evenings, or Saturdays. Choose from the largest selection of equipment on Long Island at the best prices. Deal with the professionals at Diver's Way, conveniently located on Sunrise Highway and the Robert Moses Causeway in Bayshore. Call 665-7990.
There's one name that's become synonymous with the new Cadillac craftsmanship and quality. One name that delivers and supports America's finest luxury cars, like the fully appointed Seville STS, very competitively priced. The name is Paul Conte, and the place is Paul Conte Cadillac on Sunrise Highway in Freeport.
And for a limited time, with the sale of every new and used Conte Cadillac, you can assure yourself peace of mind with a home security system, absolutely free, courtesy of Pony Express.
We've got summertime on the way, like tomorrow morning or something like that?
Oh, 5 o'clock in the morning, and tomorrow will be
I think it's here already.
Well, we've had it for the last few days. 5 o'clock Monday morning, the official start of summer, unless you're watching News 12 Rio de Janeiro, and then it's the official start of winter.
Oh, I didn't know we had one down there. I think I'm going to fly.
News about Brazil for the people of Brazil.
Okay, Keith Feldman took his camera down to Levittown, where he was in fair territory, watching a softball game on a kind of a muggy night. People running around, getting themselves a workout, sweating it out there. Massapequa, Brian Hennigan on Sunday had a high of 76 degrees. West Babylon, that's Joe Gaffney, 76. Central Islip, Dan Montague, 80. One of the Long Island weather observers, and another one, Kim Hicks out in Montauk, had a high temperature of 74 degrees. The normal high is about 78 degrees, so it was really just about normal over most of the area. Water temperatures are still running in the low 60s, so if you're down by the shore, it is a little bit cooler. That was the place to be on Sunday and also Saturday. We see a line of clouds running all the way from the New England area all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico, and this is part of a warm front and a cold front that is extending all the way down in that direction. Right along the East Coast, we had a Bermuda high effect, and that has been pumping in warm, moist air from a westerly and a southerly direction. And there's that warm front. It started out as a cold front and then moved across early on Sunday with a few sprinkles, and now will move back up to the north as a warm front, and we'll get into that warm, soggy, moist, muggy air on Monday, and then a cold front will sweep across the region. It is preceded and accompanied by showers and thunderstorms, and some of those could be quite heavy late on Monday with strong winds, some dangerous lightning, and heavy downpours. Right now we have some very strong thunderstorms to our west moving towards the east. They're weakening a little bit, but Long Island could get clipped by a shower or a thunderstorm in the overnight period. So overnight, look for clouds, some fog around in some areas, some showers, and some lightning and thunder possible. Temperatures 62 to 67, clearing out by morning for your morning drive, and things should start to get better on the day on Monday. If you're headed out to the beach, if you're lucky enough to have the day off, we could have a 6 or a 7 or an 8 as far as our beach index is concerned. Out of a 10, so not a bad beach day. For Monday, look for variably cloudy skies, hazy sunshine, chance of a late day strong thunderstorm as that cold front moves across the region. Winds on the waters out of the southwest at 10 to 20 knots. Temperatures running in the mid to the upper 80s. If you happen to live on Colorado Place in Huntington Station, you'll have a high of 88 degrees. So a hazy, humid, and sticky day on Monday. It'll be a few degrees above normal. Taking a look at the extended outlook, a hot week ahead. It'll be drying out by the middle of the week, but temperatures running to near 90 degrees and lots of sunshine. So summer will be here, no question about it.
It's going to get here one way or another. No,
it will be here.
Thank you.
Well, Father's Day came and went, but if you're thinking of a gift for next year, one family has an idea. News 12's Holly Levis tells us how one dad went up, and away this Father's Day.
Flying on Father's Day.
Oh, I think it's wonderful. I can't wait.
It's a beautiful Father's Day present.
If you've been searching for the perfect Father's Day gift, this just may be it. As Pat Gertson of Medford explains, she was tired of buying the same old presents for her husband.
Every year he gets shirts from my daughter and my son. We thought this year it would be nice if he got a flight. He loves flying, so we thought this would be much nicer. He'd remember it a lot longer.
Ed Ackerley Jr. of East Meadow gave his father a gift certificate for a ride in his open cockpit biplane from World War II.
I was going through the paper yesterday and I saw the article and I thought it would be a good idea to give him a surprise.
Totally surprised. Oh, I tell you, it was wonderful.
Get ready for takeoff. If you or your dad would like to do a little flying in an antique plane or sightseeing in a Cessna, the Bayport Aerodrome offers tours of Fire Island and the Hamptons. And if you want to learn how to fly one of these babies, they also have a flying school here off of Montauk Highway in Bayport. Michael Fowler is a pilot for TWA and also takes riders up in this biplane.
I guess a lot of people would like to know, is this safe?
It's just as safe as flying in any other airplane. The aircraft is mechanically sound.
This is a great way to spend an afternoon. You do have to be adventurous and somewhat fearless. Upon takeoff before, the pilot said, well, don't worry, this is going to sound like a tin can being thrown down a flight of stairs. Once we get in the air, it'll be great. He was absolutely right. What a phenomenal experience for anyone.
I'd like to stay up there all day long, though. It was a real thrill.
In Bayport, Holly Levis, News 12, Long Island.
Well, the nighttime edition continues. A very special Father's Day that will always be remembered by 2 Long Islanders. We'll tell you why. And in sports, a hot time in Phoenix. Mike Zimbick has that story and the rest of the day in sports when we come back.
Want an adjustable bed but don't think you can afford one? Then you haven't priced Craftmatic adjustable beds recently. This Craftmatic Model 2 bed cost 50% less than these quality flat beds. 50% less. And this Craftmatic Model 3 is just 50% of the Model 2's low cost. 50%. Craftmatic Model 3 and 2 beds adjust to all these healthful positions, provide optional heat and massage, and total body support, yet cost hundreds less than these quality flat beds. Get our free catalog by mail, including information on Craftmatic 3s at 50% of Craftmatic 2's low cost.
Hi, we'd like your free catalog and 50% information by mail.
Certainly, sir.
It's easy. Call for this free catalog right away.
Call toll-free 1-800-733-8300. That's 1-800-733-8300. Call toll-free 1-800-733-8300.
I'll never forget it. It was the big game. And it was all up to me.
For years, I've been wishing I'd swung at that pitch. Hit or miss, at least I'd have given it a shot. So, if you're a guy who wants to find out more about Rogaine with minoxidil, whether it's for you, don't just stand there with a bat on your shoulder. Find out about it.
To find out about Rogaine topical solution, call 1-800-933-8881. And Upjohn will send you an informative brochure about Rogaine. And because only a doctor can prescribe Rogaine, they'll even send you a list of local doctors who can help you decide about it.
If you'd like to find out more about Rogaine with minoxidil, don't stand there with the bat on your shoulder. Make the call now.
Of course, the big story of the night. Hey, great pitching performance, but I guess not, huh?
You didn't watch this game. Just unbelievable. You're crazy, man. The Chicago Bulls have done what no other NBA team has done in 26 years, the much-heralded three-peat. Game 6 tonight in Phoenix. The Bulls played a simply awful fourth quarter, but they beat the hard-fighting Suns 99-98. The Suns came from 10 points down in the fourth quarter off the Phoenix miss. Charles Barkley with the tip. They go up 93-92. He had 21. Then it's Kevin Johnson who penetrates, hits the one-hander. Phoenix going up by 4. Under a minute to go now. Suns by 4. Frank Johnson with the jump, no good. But look what happens. Jordan takes the rebound, spots an opening, and drives full court. It cuts the lead to 2, 98-96. Then time running down for Chicago. Grant whips to John Paxson. Long bomb good. Chicago up by 1. That's the game winner. But the Suns had one last chance. Off the inbound, Kevin Johnson will get it. Looks to penetrate the shot blocked by Horace Grant. That's the ball game. Chicago wins at 99-98. Also, 2 local hockey goalies are no longer part of the New York scene. Today's the day NHL teams listed their 15 protected players, and the Islanders dealt Mark Fitzpatrick to Quebec for veteran goalie Ron Hextall. The teams also switched first-round draft spots in Saturday's draft, which means the Islanders dropped from 14 to 23. The Islanders also sent defenseman Jeff Norton to San Jose, only for a conditional draft choice in the 1994 entry draft. And Ranger fans say so long to John Van Beesbroek. He and his $1 million annual salary go to Vancouver for future considerations. And an emotional win for Lee Janzen at the U.S. Open at Baltusrol. Janzen birdied 3 of the last 5 holes to edge out Payne Stewart by 2 shots. Here is the shot of the day. Sandy Lyle teeing off the par 3, 208-yard 12th hole.
Here at Baltusrol this week.
That's it. That's a hole-in-one. That's an ace, folks. Jansen and Stewart were tied at 5 under on 14 until Jansen sinks this on the birdie. Then at 16, Jansen from the fringe for the birdie.
On the other hand, made it.
And that was the turning point of today's round. Jansen then salted the championship away with this. His third shot, an incredible one on a very tough par 5 18th. Look where this baby lands. And that set up the birdie to finish the tournament at 8 under par. And that tied the U.S. Open record held by Jack Nicklaus for the 28-year-old Jansen, a $290,000 payday, his first major win and only the 3rd overall of his career. To baseball at the stadium this afternoon, the Yankees bombed the Twins 8-0 to sweep their weekend series. Bob Wickman gets the win. He is now 8-0. That is perfect. It was not only Father's Day today. Phil and Cora Rizzuto celebrating number 50. Joe D presenting the watch and bottom of the first. See how we transition right here? Yanks already up 2-0. Mike Stanley base hit. No scores followed by O'Neill. It's 4-0 New York. Can you top this? Watch Deion James in the 5th. This was measured at 430 feet. An upper deck job made it 6-0. Coming up, the final out, Wickman will get Mike McSudian to ground into a fielder's choice. Wickman gives up only 6 hits en route to his first shutout of his career. Once again, Chicago, 3 in a row. The Islanders lose Mark Fitzpatrick, and the Rangers lose John Van Beesbrook. That is sports.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Zimmett, sir.
You got it.
And finally tonight, it wasn't only Father's Day today, it was also New Daddy's Day. 2 Long Island men became fathers for the first time on Father's Day. In the wee hours on Sunday morning, a bouncing baby boy and a bouncing baby girl were born at Long Island Jewish Hospital. We got a peek at the new babies and the new dads and moms.
And it's just a great feeling, greatest feeling in the world, to have a little baby, knowing that it's yours, something you did, and no feeling in the world like it.
The greatest thing in the world. I couldn't ask for anything more.
Beautiful. Now these new parents say they've got miles of diapers and formula in their future. That's for sure.
Yeah, why do they call them bouncing babies?
Bouncing babies?
You dribble them. No, not just kidding.
That's our news for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you had a good Father's Day. I'm Joe Moskowitz.
Ditto. I'm Judy Martin. Stay tuned for traffic and weather, 6 a.m. Have a good night.